ideal. So hello, I'm just going to do my official hello. I want to see if can I see this on LinkedIn? I just want to see. I'm live on LinkedIn and Instagram. I hope we're live on both. Can you let me know if we're live on both? I today am talking about the How to Live Love Your Brand course, which I launched today with live coaching. We're doing live coaching. So I'm going to look back and forth. Maybe I can sit in the middle here and then you can see me both. Hi, lovely to see you. So I just wanted to open, as I always do, by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which I live, work, listen, learn and play. I'm here on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. The traditional custodians here are the Bundjalung people of the Yugambeh language region, and I really acknowledge their ongoing commitment to land, waterways and skies. I feel privileged to be here. So today we are talking about how to live and love your brand, which is my course. Now, your brand is you. I'm just going to make it simple. Maybe we can stop there. Okay. You are your brand. You are your brand. That's it. Now, I have to ask a question. So I'm just trying something new here. So this is something I preach as well. King, I'm asking you a question. Answer on either channel. Can I go out of the screen? Because I want to look at something on my computer and will people still see me? I feel very tech-phobe. But I'm quite good at these things usually. But I'm usually go live on Instagram. I'm going live on LinkedIn and Instagram. So computer and phone. You know what? If I moved my laptop this way, it'd be better. There we go. Very distracting for everyone, I'm sure. So, what we're going to talk about today is what's in course. Thank you, King. What we're going to talk about is what's in my course. So, I'm going to direct it more here, just so you can still see me all good. So, I want to go through the course. I really want to go in depth. So, in the mornings, you're going to see me going live with people from my course who've done the course, or I might even bring in a few experts this week, a few guest experts. To share a little bit about their experience of working with me, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be showing up for 8 days, so welcome along for the ride. This is day 1 and I'm bringing the energy. As soon as I get off this call, I said I was going to do it this morning, been very naughty. Whilst I'm all glamazoned, I'm going to be making reels, so you're going to see all the reels fun coming as well. Lots of that, but for now I want to talk about what's actually in the course. So it's an 8-module course that is self-paced. So what we're doing here is we have live coaching. So if you join in the next 8 days, you get the live coaching. And what I've put together is 8 weeks of live coaching spread over 12 weeks. So that's 4 weeks up front, 4 weeks Christmas, New Year break, and then 4 weeks again in the new year. That's what we're working with. So I just wanted to have that. I think it's going to work really well, actually, the time and space to integrate and to take it all in and to digest it all over the Christmas New Year, to really enjoy, to have a break, and then to come back strong in 2023. I'm just going to see if I can see any comments. So if I'm on LinkedIn, hi, hello from LinkedIn. I'm talking to myself. Hi. This is fun. This is fun. We're doing something new. So I'm just going back to the modules. So what I've created is this course to help you get to know who you are. I know that just sounds a bit silly, but so often we get caught up in the roles and the titles and all the things. So we're worried about trying to describe ourselves, and especially if you've been working in a job and then you go to working for yourself, people find that very difficult. And people will explain it like, I used to do this and I used to do that, and I do a bit of this, and we don't want to know all of that. You can know all of that. You should know your whole story. But when somebody asks you who you are, they want to know, hi, I am, name, I help, or I support, or my role is, I'm here to, whatever you are here to encourage. I'll give you my one in a second. And maybe where you're based. I really like where you're based, or, something interesting or something personal about you. So for me, it would be, hi, my name is Lovell and I'm a personal branding coach. I help female leaders to show up and make an impact while living and loving their brand, which means loving their personal brand. So I'm a personal branding specialist. I love it. I'm based on the Gold Coast in Queensland, and I live there with my gorgeous husband who works at SeaWorld, fun fact, my little boy, Finn, who's almost 2, and my cat T'Challa, who, yes, is named after Black Panther. That's a bit of a long one, but I think you're starting to get a good idea of me. So that's what we want to do when we're introducing. You know, I used to work here, I used to do a bit of that, I'm kind of doing this, and I'm starting this. You don't need to share that right now. You share that once you get to know people, once you start having conversation. What we're trying to do is introduce ourselves and start the conversation. But this work that we're going to go into today, that we're going to talk about in the How to Live and Love Your Brand course, hi Angie, is what is personal branding? Because I think even though, you know, maybe this shouldn't be in the course because you've already joined the course, but I just want people to get clear on what it even is. What is personal brand? And personal brand is you. It's you. It's all the things that make up you. And it's a little bit different to, well, it is a bit different to business brand, but you can apply the same principle of how you would brand a business to your personal brand. So that's how I got into this, actually. I used to write key messaging. I still do a little bit of it. Write key messages and tone of voice and really overall brand guide, the message and the voice brand guide for businesses. So I worked on big campaigns with World Vision Australia, Cure Brain Cancer. I've done work with some companies under Flight Centre. I've worked with associations and organisations and some small businesses as well, doing their brand voice and really getting clear on who they are so that they can connect with their audience. And what I realised is that people don't even do this. People don't know how to introduce themselves. People don't know what their mission is, what their vision is, who they're talking to or how they're talking to them. And I knew that I could help with that because I had the structure for that. But the most important part is really getting to know who you are and really getting comfortable and confident in who you are. And that takes practice. It takes consistency. Like when I first started talking about personal brand, because I come from a background of PR, marketing, social media, and copywriting, when I've been running my communications business, starting to say I was personal brand coach or personal brand specialist or however I chose to say it, it was really came out a bit clunky and a bit ugh. So I had to get comfortable with that as well. I didn't call myself a coach for a year. I had to get comfortable with that. So if you're not going to work on your message, if you're not going to practice talking about yourself, it's not going to get any easier. And you're not going to be able to attract the people that you want to work with or you want to talk to. So in Module 1, we talk about what the course is going to be about. I have a manifesto that we love to live by in the course, and I really am a big group community support person. That's what I'm about. I really love bringing people together, and I really love that it's not just me who's in there in this program helping you, in this course helping you. There's other people cheering you on. There's other people supporting you. If you want to go through it self-paced and you comment as you go, I'll be there supporting you, answering, replying. But there is a private group for anyone who joins, so you get the support that you need while you're going through this. So our next one is what is personal branding, and that's kind of important to understand. So that is our next video, and there's some information around that. I've now also got, which I've got to add in actually, I've got a podcast on this as well. So I'm adding into the course as a bonus any podcast episodes. Oh, I've done it already. Well done me. The Live and Love Your Brand podcast. If you're not a subscriber, go and subscribe, follow along. It's a lot of fun. I have amazing guests on there. But you can go on and listen to that, and that gives an explanation as well. But you know, there's lots of ways to take in this information. So the next part of the course is of the Module 1 is building your brand. How are we going to build this brand? How are we going to take you from where you are to where you want to go? Hi, Mylan. How are we going to take you from, you know, not knowing your brand? Hi King. Just saying hello to everybody on LinkedIn and on Instagram. So how are you going to take your brand and build it? Because that's what I'm about, building it, building strength in your brand. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing over the last 3 years, and I'm really starting to see momentum building now, which is really lovely. But it takes time, and that's what I tell my clients that come to this course, and I'm like, we have 8 weeks. I have 8 modules. We have 12 weeks together to do the coaching. But it takes time. And so don't expect that you're going to come in here, smash through the lessons, and then you're just going to be getting offers flocking in the day after. That doesn't mean you're not going to start seeing results pretty quickly, but it just does take time to build it, to build your audience. My audience here on Instagram, hello LinkedIn as well, was last year when I launched about 250 people on Lovely Communications. My personal Instagram was like 2,000, but I chose to create one for the business. So I had to build that up again. And I've now got 1,287. So over the course of the year, I've got another 1,000 followers, which is lovely. And it felt like it was a crawl to 1,000, but in the last few months, that's gained momentum. And I think that's what everyone says. The first 1,000 is really hard. The next 5,000, that's my next goal, 5,000. That's going to take some time. But then, you know, it'll jump again. And I've got people like Jade Wan, who's amazing, who's got, how many did she get? 45k followers in 90 days. It's because she shows up consistently. It's because she's consistent with her content. It's because she's consistent with sharing, with adding value, with just being present and consistently being there. Doesn't mean constantly being there. We talk about that in the course. There's ways to schedule and manage your content and manage your time and manage your energy. Consistency doesn't mean 100% every day. Consistency means in some way showing up regularly. So you might decide that's 2 times a week for you. That's fine. But if you show up 2 times a week, every week, week on week, for a year, you're going to see an impact. But if you go like what I'm doing right now, going 8 days, whoa, 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 and then disappearing, you're going to lose people. Hey Fee, so lovely to see you. Talking about consistency here. Talking about what is personal brand and consistency. Fiona was actually on my podcast, so you have to go and listen to that episode because she's fabulous. But building your brand takes time. It takes consistency, and it takes being willing to try new things and to challenge yourself to show up. So I'm not telling everyone that they have to be an influencer. I'm not telling everybody that they have to be a speaker. I'm not telling you that you have to do things that are completely misaligned with you. But if you do want to grow your business, if you want to get more opportunities, even if you're working in an organization, if you want to be seen, you have to show up. And LinkedIn is so powerful. LinkedIn is so, so powerful. If you're choosing anywhere at the moment, love you Instagram, but I would be choosing LinkedIn. It is so connected. It's got great SEO. People can find you. It's professional, so people are comfortable to be there because it's a professional connection. But I've had speaking opportunities come through LinkedIn. I have had clients come through LinkedIn. I have made friends through LinkedIn. I have, shared my offers and met businesses. I have learned things through LinkedIn. It's a great platform. And if you could share there once or twice a week, quality, valuable connection pieces, you're going to grow so much. You're going to get opportunities coming to you as opposed to you going, hey, take me. So the final part of that module is a question that I get often asked so often. And so I really wanted to dig into it. And it's something that I've talked about on here. There's a live on it. There is also a podcast episode on it. It's on, I talked about it on the How to Do Marketing show with Jane Hilston. Hey, Alison, how are you, beautiful? Just talking about personal brand versus business brand. And, just to really explain, I've done a blog on it, and I'm going to add into the course. Another thing to remember is to add in that I've done a podcast episode on it, personal brand versus business brand. I'm pretty sure it's Live and Love Your Brand podcast, episode number 3. Because what happens, I see, is that people put so much equity and time and effort, or however you want to say it, into their business brand, but they don't put any into their personal brand. And so what happens is you see people building their work or their corporate profile, or say their business profile, we'll apply it to both, building that up under that title, or not even saying their name at all, just going, this is my title, this is the company, this is the business, building the business. And then they leave, or something changes, or they get made redundant, or business closes, or they choose to do something else. And then people are like, well, who are you? Because not that you aren't who you are, but you've associated yourself so much with that you've kind of only able to talk about yourself in a business context. You're not able to talk about who you are as a person. So what I recommend would be, first and foremost, your personal brand, especially if you're starting a business, you're early on in your business, getting clear on who you are, what your values are, what your mission is, why you're here, what you want to achieve, what you want in your life, what you want it to look like. will help you to define how you talk about the business and who you're bringing into the business, the people you want to work with. And the same in terms of if you're working a career, like getting clear on who you are and what you want and where you're going and the people that you want to be around in life, in work. Like, it's not separated. You don't leave your personality at the door. We're all connected. So getting clear on that first, and obviously I'm a personal branding coach, so I'm going to say that, but getting clear on that will help you get so much clarity in other things. You can get so much from just understanding who you are, reconnecting to who you are, knowing what you want. It's so important. That's what I love saying. I love that light bulb moment. I love when I get to see the women that I work with just love themselves again, to put themselves first, to go, yeah, this is what I want. And when people see that and hear that and they can see that energy in you, they're going to be attracted to that. You're going to start attracting the right people. You're going to attract the opportunities that you want. You go away from the red flags and go towards the green lights. Matt McConaughey's book. I talked about it this morning. I really love it. I'm just going to check if there's any comments on LinkedIn. Feel free to comment, ask questions. Hey, Tim. Yay, a LinkedIn person. So nice to see you, Tim. Tim and I work on copywriting together. I've worked on some websites, done the copy for them, but he knows I would not work on a copy project unless they're willing to work on their brand voice, their tone of voice, their brand guide, understanding who they are and how to convey that before we even start putting out messaging. I'm so passionate about it. Getting clear on your key messages, on what key messages are, what are the important takeaways that people need to have. Usually there's like 5. It's who are you? Asking that, who are we as a business? And people can freeze with that. People have been running businesses for years and they can still say, actually, who are we? You know, hey, hi Jungler, nice to see you. It's just, yeah, getting really clear on that is so important. And so all of that first module of how to live and love your brand is talking about what is personal brand, how do we use it, why is it different from a business to a person. And I just want to give you one more example for the personal brand versus business brand, or how they can work together. And one of my favorite examples of all time is Sir Richard Branson. Sir Richard Branson, most people know who he is, an entrepreneur, super entrepreneur. He's the founder of Virgin. Now, Virgin Australia and Richard Branson coexist. You know, and we do not get on a Virgin plane and expect Richard Branson to be flying it. We understand that he was the founder and that his energy, his brand, started that brand. Awesome. So Richard Branson, exactly. He's, you know, if you think about him and you think about Virgin, you can see how Richard infused Virgin with his brand, but he doesn't need to be there all the time so that we get that vibe of Virgin. It's got its own standalone brand. He's got his own standalone brand, and they rose together. Virgin has risen as a company. It's got global awareness. Richard Branson has risen. That's what we want. You can build an amazing business. You can have an amazing career, but you can also rise up yourself and build this strong brand that people know who you are. They know what you're about. They're really clear on that. And so then when they think of you, they go, oh yeah, if I need personal brand, I'm going to talk to Emma. If I need communication, I'm going to talk to Emma. If I need purple rainbow energy at my event, I'm going to get Emma. That's what we want. And that's what I'm seeing happening because I am practicing what I preach. I'm out here doing the things that I am asking you to do. I would never, ever put something in my course that I would not ask you to do. I'm doing this with you. I'm building as I go. I am on this journey with my gorgeous clients and I absolutely love it. I've had the privilege of working with incredible women who are now attracting amazing opportunities. 2 of them have gone and taken on CEO roles. Hey Jade, how are you? I want to say hola. Yay, I'm talking about the importance of personal brand versus business brand. And Jade understands this. Jade's a photographer. And how hard is it, Jade, when somebody comes along to a shoot and they're not clear on who they are? They're like, I just take a picture. Where as opposed to someone who like Bree from Pink Cow Social, who totally knew her brand. She came along, she rocked it. She was like, yep, this is me. This is my vibe. This is me. That's not me. She was so clear, and we just smashed out these photos, and those photos truly show who she is. And that's what we want to do with your personal brand. The clearer you are, the clearer others will be when they meet you and they receive you. And you can spark that conversation You can start to attract the opportunities that you want, and you can just build the business and the life that you want. Whether you don't have a business, that's okay. You can attract the career that you want. Personal brand, whether you're in business or working in a job or you're at home raising your children, whatever you're doing, you have a personal brand. You just got to get clear on who you are. If you don't know who you are, the ROI is less. Exactly. Yes, it's not going to magnify. It's not going to magnetize. It's not going to magnetize. It's not going to attract. And when you do build that brand, it does the work for you. You know, I have it so often, and I've said it before to Jade. People see my photos. My photo is this dress, and it was taken by Jade, my profile picture. When you have a clear brand and you can show up in that picture and you can really shine, that photo does the work for me. People see that photo and they're like, oh, I want to talk to that lady. The more people see you, the more you sell. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the more that you're clear on what you're saying, and that takes practice, right, Jade? That takes practice. Showing up takes practice. Getting clear takes practice. Sometimes you're really like, oh, I'll try this out. Okay, that didn't really feel like me. I get messages when people know that I'm on and when they're not. Like, people are like, oh, this is you. This is your energy. Oh, that feels like you. If I'm not doing things or it's sort of, you know, I don't know, just sort of being like someone else, my audience knows it. They know it. They won't be attracted to it. And they'll actually tell me. I once put out an article and they used a stock image of a woman being like all photo, doing her work by the beach and stuff like that. And people were like, that's not you. And it literally wasn't me. But it was like, why don't we use a photo of me for the article since it's me talking about the work? And it's really incredible when your audience starts to tell you like, oh, that magenta, that's you. You know, or that, you know, oh wow, I saw this and I thought of you. So whenever someone sees a purple or a rainbow, they're pretty much going to message me, which is amazing. And that's why we are working together, Jade. I magnetized you, yes, because we both are like rainbow, colourful vibe energy. And Alison came along. For anyone who's on LinkedIn, I've got some comments happening here on Instagram Live, but Alison came along the other day for our photo shoot, a group photo shoot, and it was incredible to see her stand there in her power and to just radiate her brand and to get really strong in that. And we know that those photos are now going to tell that story. That's what Jade says when we're there. Like, what's the story you're trying to tell? What are you trying to say? Don't expect professionals like photographers, graphic designers, writers, I am a writer, to do the work for you. You need to do this initial work, this foundation work of understanding who you are, getting clear on your message. Like, what do you even want to do? What do you want to attract? Who do you want to work with? What do you want in your life? What do you want in 5 years? Where do you want to be? These are questions, they're big questions, but these are questions you need to answer so that you can then get the content or get the images, get the words that create the content that then attract the people. It's a process. There's a system, there's a process. That's why I created the course, because we go through the stages. We take the time to build on the information, on the knowledge, build your brand, build the confidence, get clear, get real clarity. I really want clarity for you. The clearer you are, the quicker that things happen. Like, things are happening for me so fast now. Yes. And Jade, we work together and we bring your story to life. Exactly. It's you. Like, you don't have to do the work so hard. Like, I found, this is even my story, right? Because I've shifted from 10 years of working into the last 3 years of being focused on personal brand, I had to go through the process of telling people, what is personal brand? Why am I doing this? Like, I had to really feel like I was shouting it. But I have got clearer and clearer and clearer to the point where now people go, I get messages saying, oh, personal brand, I want to work on that. Can we talk about it? Hi, One Roof. So lovely to see you. You know, I'm now getting people coming to me going, oh, I want to do that with you. Or, oh, I know that you're the person. It's because I've done the work. I've spent like years doing this. I've got 13 years of business experience, but years of coaching experience and years of content creation. I'm bringing all of that knowledge and that experience and that practice to you. So I hope that we can fast track your experience, but I want to give that to you. I want you to be able to show up as you are. Be who you are. Be who you are and get the people to you because of who you are, you know? Yes, message is honed in when it is shared. Exactly. So the more, Jay's just saying, our message is honed when it's shared. So if you're just sitting there at home making content, trying to write things, trying to like do things in a vacuum, it's not going to work. We need feedback, and that means having the courage and the vulnerability to put yourself out there. And it might not have to be on a live straight away. I did offer somebody a live the other day and they said, I'm not quite ready. That's okay. We can start in smaller ways. But even that's why I have the private group. We have the safety of the group to practice your message. You have me as a coach to practice on. I did a session with a gorgeous woman the other day doing her pitch, Irina Castellano. She's doing a pitch on Thursday. We practiced together on a Zoom, you know, so that then she can go and put it to her audience. And we practiced, we refined, we got clearer. But she's not going to be able to nail that message if she doesn't practice it. Hey, Mafe, good luck for Thursday. I'll be there cheering you on. And yeah, totally Jade. Jade from Small Business Growth Club is just adding so much value here. Thank you. It's a muscle that you flex. It is. Confidence is a muscle. And we had Alison here as well. Confidence is a muscle. You know, you can't build that muscle if you don't work it. And people look at me, look at Jade and go, you're so confident. There are days where I don't necessarily feel that confident. I mean, last night before this launch, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to work out. But I'm like, I'm going to show up. I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a go, you know. Jade, do you want to jump on for a sec? Do you want to jump on? I've got two amazing people here. I feel like we could just jump on and have a little chat skis. I had a chat with Marfay the other day too. It's all these people coming together. It's amazing. This is what happens when you show up. People come and they talk to you. When am I coming to, what? To Cali? Even California? Okay, Jade, jump on. Oh, you're with the kids. Okay, another day. Jade and I are going to do another day, so stay tuned for another day. I'm enjoying the comments though. We'll do tomorrow. We already had that planned. I'm sorry. I'm winging it. Totally. I've got over here on LinkedIn, King is saying consistency. It is consistency. It's about consistently trying. It's about consistently showing up. And consistent looks different. You know, my consistent is a lot. So consistent to someone else might be twice a week. I've said that before. Once a week. You know, I used to make one reel a week, and that was my way of sort of getting into it. Now I'm making a reel a day. This week I'm going to make 2 to 3 a day because I'm challenging myself. And because this is launch week and you got to be here a lot. So everybody's going to be different, and we've got to start somewhere. But please start. Hi, Arena. Thank you. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait for Thursday. It's been my privilege to work with you. But you have to start somewhere. And I'm asking you to start now. Start showing up. Because I know there are people who want to see you. People work with people. People want to see you. So start showing up. Share what you have to say. At first, it might feel a bit clunky. It might feel a bit awkward. One of our gorgeous clients, Jade and I worked with the other day, Julie, the first time she put her LinkedIn post up, she literally had to go like this and push it. Now, her LinkedIn content is going crazy. She's a thought leader. She's an expert. She had 20 years of experience, but taking that 20 years of experience and then putting that online in a new way, coming from corporate to running her own business, was really daunting. But she started, and then she practiced, and then she tweaked, and then she practiced, and then she kept showing up and kept showing up, and now she has people coming to her. So it has to start somewhere, and I would love it if you start with me. I've got the How to Live and Love Your Brand course live now. We've got 8 days of launch, so if you don't join before 15th of November, the live coaching element is gone. So we only have this small window where you can jump in and you can get the live coaching with me. You get this energy from me, you get the energy from the other group, you get the support from the other group, from the rest of the group. And I love that. I love the community, I love the network. We have a gorgeous private group on Facebook. We have calls twice a week, 2 times, Tuesday, Thursdays. We're going to have options, so you get 2 times, lunchtime and nighttime, so that we can make the most of our time together. All the information's on the page. Head to the link in bio, link underneath this live. You'll see it all there. just if you want to talk, send me questions. I would love to hear from you. It's been so much fun. Thank you, King, for adding that. That's right there. That's all about the course. I'd love to have a chat with you. I'd love to hear your story. I want to see you. I want to know you. Thank you to everyone who joined. Jade, thank you for bringing the energy. Alison, thank you for your heart. Mafe, oh, you're gorgeous. We are One Roof. Thank you for your support and for holding me. So many other people here. If you're catching the replay, comments, questions underneath, I will get to them all. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with one of my gorgeous course members from the How to Live Love Your Brand course, talking about her experience. So I can't wait to see you there. Thank you, King, for hosting. That's it. We're done.